Hi, Jan here, author of Shifting to the Business of Life. I just remembered another phone call I had with my son last week about passports. He called and he was so excited. He goes, "Oh, Mom, my girlfriend and I were going to, take a vacation. We're going down to Cozumel or one of those places down there, Cancun or something." He said, "In a few months, and I need to get my passport renewed." And I thought, well, that's really cool, Alan. He goes, "Yeah." So I went online and I found out I needed an application. I needed to take my birth certificate with me and my expired passport. And I thought, wow, great, you're good to go. He goes, "Yeah, but I got off work at 7 a.m. and I figured I'd get it done then. But I went into the post office because I found out, you could get these, renewed in the post office. And I ran into this girl behind the counter. She was really cute, and I thought it was going to be an easy thing." He said, "But it turned out it didn't." He goes, "Mom, I just can't even believe how bad it could be." I said, "Well, what do you mean? What happened?" He goes, "Well, I went in there, started out okay. Well, because she said hi. But then she asked me if I wanted a passport book or a passport card." So I have a passport book. That's what it looks like. Okay. I asked her what the difference was, he says. And I said, "Oh, how'd that go? What is the difference?" He goes, "Well, evidently there is a book and there is a card." I said, "What do you mean? What did the girl say?" "There is a book and there is a card." "Okay. Did she tell you what the difference was?" He goes, "Yeah, one's a book and one's a card." And I thought, "Are you kidding me?" He goes, "Yeah, that's crazy." I moved on to the next question. I figured I'd go home and figure it out. I said, "Well, what is the difference?" He goes, "Well, with the book, you can go anywhere in the world." I thought, okay, so with the card, what's the difference? He goes, "Well, with the card, that's only good if you're driving across borders like Canada and Mexico, and you can just get the card." And I thought, well, that's pretty cool. We have something similar to that in Washington. You can actually get some sort of indicator on your driver's license for going into Canada. So that's pretty cool. He goes, "Yeah, but I just didn't want to hear about it's a book or it's a card anymore." I said, "Yeah, Alan, I get it." So then I asked her how soon I would get it. I said, "Okay, how soon would you get it?" Well, she told me about 6 to 8 weeks, and my vacation's coming up pretty soon. So I asked about how can I get it any sooner, and she did tell Alan about the expedited fee of $60, so you can get it in 2 weeks. So he went ahead and took care of that. And then she said, "So when did your passport expire?" And he said, "Well, it expired in 2015. She goes, "Really? When was it issued?" And he told her it was issued in 2010. And her response was, "So you got it when you were underaged?" He said, "No, it's a government passport. Those are only good for 5 years. And I got it in 2010 and it expired 3 years ago." She said, "Well, so that you were underaged." He said, "No, I'm 29. You've got my driver's license right there. I was 21 when I had that passport issued." "Are you sure?" she asked. And I thought, seriously? He goes, "Mom, I was done. I couldn't handle stupid any longer. I had to just pick everything up and walk out of there." He said, "And I went home and I got online and I figured it all out. And it's fine. All I did was mail it in with my check and I'm good to go." So I thought, wow, that's crazy. So a couple things that we learn about passports here that I'm pretty sure I probably didn't cover in my book. Okay, that was a contradiction, wasn't it? Pretty sure and probably. Okay, I'll just say I'm pretty sure I didn't cover it in my book. First of all, there's a passport book versus a card. I guess it's the size of a credit card from what Alan was telling me when he looked up online. The expedition fee, or the fee to get it done faster, $60. That's pretty standard. I remember hearing about that years ago when I got my passport. And then as far as whether you got it when you were underage or over 21, we still haven't figured out the difference on that. Not sure why this woman made a big deal out of it. But the other thing that was interesting is that there's different types of passports. Mine is a standard one. It expires in 10 years, and that's what my husband's is too. But my son had this government one, and it was one he got when he was in the military. So that expired 5 years. So when you're going to renew a passport or you're going to buy one, those are some things you kind of have to keep in mind, as well as know that you have to fill out an application, know that you have to have your birth certificate with you when you're doing this. Not necessarily a driver's license, because people who are underaged don't have driver's licenses, like 5 and 10-year-olds that travel with their parents. But you do have to have some sort of ID that confirms that you were born in the U.S. or you're a citizen of whatever country where you're buying your passport, okay? So, a few things to learn about passports. A book versus a card. I love it. Anyway, y'all have a great day. I hope this helped you out. You take care. Bye now.